Hi, darling. Welcome back to One Love. I am so unbelievably excited that you are here with me today. I'm Kirby, the founder and creator. I remember at the beginning of my spiritual journey when I had my spiritual awakening, you read all these books and you see all this stuff, right? You're talking about creating your life and all these things, and everybody's like, positivity and meditation and gratitude lists and journaling, and oh, it's so great, and creating life, and it's all so amazing. And it is, right? That's the light side of everything, the enlightened side of everything. But when you decide to start really being the creator of your life, shit will crumble. Nobody told me this, okay? Nobody was saying on there, like, oh, by the way, when you declare or you get these downloads from the divine and you declare that you're gonna start living, deeply one with source and being the creator of your life and everything's gonna be magical and amazing, what that actually means. And what it means is your current reality is going to go away. That's what it means. And everything around you will crumble. And it's deeply uncomfortable. If you are uncomfortable right now on your spiritual journey, then guess what? You're doing it right, because I have been there. I'm currently in an initiation right now, a discomfort, and massive things in my life are crumbling around me, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, so this is happening again. And I want to tell you, oh, it only happens, one time. It only happens a couple of, no, it doesn't. It keeps happening, and it keeps happening, and it keeps happening, okay? You have to view your spiritual journey like stair steps, okay? You're on this platform. This stuff crumbles, and you own it, and you embody it, and you connect in with it, and so you up level a little bit. Now you're on this platform, and guess what? When you're ready to go to the next up level, this platform's gonna crumble, and then you're gonna go up, and then you're gonna be here for a little bit, and it's gonna be comfortable, and then this platform's gonna crumble. It's going to keep crumbling. Your life is going to crumble around you, and you have to be willing to surrender and let it go. Because what creates a lot more pain on people's spiritual journeys is the tightness, is the holding on so tightly to things and people and ways of being that are not good for you. And so you're trying to do all the enlightenment stuff, but you're holding on to all of your pain and suffering like it's a badge of honor. You're unwilling to break free from patterns. You're unwilling to let go of the avoidant and the procrastination and the gossiping and the judgment and the friends who suck and the people in your family who suck and the relationships who suck and maybe your intimate partner who you've realized sucks. That everything in your life has been a trauma bond to this lower vibrational version of you. The downside is, like, the best part is that we get to have this high vibrational life up here, but the downside is everything in your life that was at this lower vibration, you no longer can have, because you can't have both. You can't have this high vibrational life and have the trauma bonded life and everything that you've currently been having. And what we currently have is familiar, which actually is familial. It's all family programming that we're carrying within ourselves. And that's what's comfortable. We're comfortable here, which is why we keep doing it. Myself, it's not just you, it's me too. We keep doing it. And it's only when we no longer choose to keep doing it at this level that we can then actually start up leveling and living this higher way of being. But you have to be willing to let go of all of that. If you only let go of parts of it, okay, say you want to get here, you let go of parts of it, okay, you're just gonna move slightly. And you'll be like, why am I not living a high vibrational life? That's amazing, right? Because you only let go of one belief, or you only let go of one thing. Or you claim that you're wanting the enlightenment stuff, but then you're sitting there still living in toxic stuff. The bigger part of our spiritual awakenings and our journeys and our growth is having the strength, the mental and emotional strength to hold the pose. That's what I like to call it, hold the pose in power when the world around you is discomfort. When the world around you is throwing daggers of fear at you. When the world around you is prompting pain and suffering and anger and rage at you. Because that's exactly what our world is doing. That is what our world has been set up for, which is why everyone's been living in a fuckery of a program. The regular world, 95% of the world that's not spiritually awakened, because people in the spiritual community like to think that everybody's spiritually awakened. They're not. 5%, if that, is spiritually awakened and on this spiritual journey, okay? 95% isn't. And the 95%, they're unaware of the fear program that the world is operating from. The reason why it's so uncomfortable to live on this planet is because the mainstream program is fear, is pain, is suffering, is anger, is rage, is making you feel bad about yourself. Lose weight, eat this, don't eat this, blah. It's like shoving pain and suffering at you, and fear and fear and fear and fear. And what is fear? It's separation. It's not connection. It's not love. The world has done everything. I've received so much clarity and guidance on this on my plant medicine journeys. Like I had to sit down and ask so many questions with God on my plant medicine journeys, being like, what's the deal? The golden ticket that all of governments and everybody is trying to keep from us is expanded consciousness. Because when we have the power, it's all here. When we have the power, it's here and here. It's both, actually. I don't want to tell you it's just mental, because it's not. It is mental and emotional. Both of them are equally relevant, in my opinion. When we have expansion in our fields, in our minds, in our bodies, because the biggest thing which holds most people back isn't actually the mindset stuff, it's the embodiment stuff. It's the nervous system stuff. Because our subconscious is the body. Our subconscious is the emotional component, and that's all in the body. You don't feel emotions in your thoughts. You feel emotions in your body. And most people have been operating from an emotional state that the world has programmed us to operate from, fear. You suffer from anxiety, you are operating from the level of fear. Because anxiety is your body thinking that you're being chased by a lion. What do you feel when you're being chased by a lion? You feel fear. Fear is the dominant way of what our world has been making everybody believe that we're meant to be operating from. Fear, and then it keeps going in with other low vibrational emotions. Anger, rage, worry, frustration. All of those things, if you think to how your day goes, you probably feel some form of those emotions every single day. That means that if you're feeling that every day, that means that those are your dominant vibrations. And that is what the world is feeding. And the world is going to keep feeding those low vibrational emotions. You have to hold the pose as a divine, because I know you are. It's in there. You might not have it all tapped in now, but it is in there. You have to hold the pose as a divine, powerful spiritual being who is choosing, because it's a choice, to be conscious and operate in higher frequency. So that means when the world is telling you to hate, to anger, to rage, to be in fear, you choose love. You choose peace. You choose joy. Other people can operate that way. We don't live in reaction to them because we choose to operate higher. We choose to operate better in a higher consciousness. The only way we break out of this world that's telling us to be in pain and suffering is when the world screams at us to be in pain and suffering and fear and anger and rage, we choose love. We choose joy. We choose peace. That's how we break out of the frequencies. We have to choose better. Nothing changes if you don't change. If you're presented with fear and anger and you respond in fear and anger, your dominant frequency is fear and anger. And then you can say the next morning, oh, I'm high vibe, I'm love and light, and da 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 da. It can't be love and light when you choose it to be. It has to be your embodiment, regardless, where you choose to be in that no matter what. And the more you choose that, the more your current reality falls away. And it's uncomfortable to let go of friendships you've had your entire life. I let go of a friendship that I had for 25 years, to let go of family, because our family keeps us bonded. If they aren't supportive of your growth and expansion, they're holding you back. You can still have love for them, but you have to limit the connection because it's not going to allow you to fly. The reason why we're held back, the reason why we feel so bad about being who we are truly deep down inside is because our family was the first ones who made us doubt ourselves, who made us feel bad for who we are. Our families did that to us. And now as an adult, you're coming back in your spiritual journey to who you are and your family still doesn't accept it. Why would they accept it? They're the first ones who rejected it. They're the reason why you had shame and guilt around it in the first place, because they couldn't love you unconditionally before as the pure, authentic version of you that you were. So of course, it's not going to be easy for them to just love and accept you now. They couldn't love and accept you before. You think they're just going to do it now if they haven't also had some massive spiritual awakening and epiphany? No, because they're still operating here and you're starting to operate here. And it's a mismatch in frequency. We don't judge them. We don't wish anything upon them. We don't want to hate what we've given. We received the programming unknowingly, that no one knew they were doing that to us. Our job isn't to project hate and anger onto what we got the programming from, regardless of what kind of family stuff you've been through. And you might be like, Kirby, you don't understand. Blah, blah, blah. My family's... I haven't spoken to my entire family for 3 years. I have a massive no contact boundary. I experienced a lot of mental, emotional abuse, other kinds of abuse in my family system. No, I do understand. Trust me, I do. I still send them love every single day. We don't send people love because they deserve love because they're operating in love. We send people love because we choose to be love. I send you peace because I choose to be peace. And what I give out, I know I'm getting back. I'm not going to send anger and hate and pain and rage and judgment towards my family. Why? Because when I send that out, I'm getting it back to myself. When I send anything out to anyone else, I'm sending it out to myself because we are all one. Anything you give to someone else, you're giving to yourself. The faster that you can wrap your head around that, the easier your spiritual journey will be, because you will be so conscious of whatever thought, word, or emotion. Thought, word, emotion. It's these three things. You will be so conscious of what you put into this world because you will know that what you are putting, you are giving directly to yourself. The faster that you can understand that, the faster everything will change for you. And the faster that you can also release the grip of the current reality that you have and allow yourself to watch things crumble and deepen your trust and your faith and your belief in source, in the divine, in God, knowing that 100% of the time, God's got me. I know the source, creator, has my back 100% of the time. And the only reason why this is breaking out of my life, maybe you get fired from a job out of nowhere. You know nothing is out of nowhere. When something appears out of nowhere, randomly, that's God. That's like the best way I can describe it. Out of nowhere, you get fired. Why? You're actually, because you know you didn't even like that job. You didn't even like that thing because you're being asked to go into something that aligns more. So you can stop being in a place that makes you angry, that you hate, that you don't enjoy, that you're not living your best at. It's your job to recognize what is working in your life, what isn't working. And what isn't working, the faster you let yourself let go of it, the easier your spiritual journey will be. Let it all crumble and send it all love as it's crumbling. And the faster you send it love, the faster you let it all fall away, the easier it is for you to just embody these new ways of being. And it gets to be better and better and better and better. My life currently, right now, over the last few months, has crumbled. My old realities of myself have totally crumbled. And I have been more uncomfortable than I have ever been. And I'm just watching it all happen. But every day I'm showing up in my meditations, doing my chanting, my gratitude, my journaling, my prayers, deep conversations with God every single day, knowing I know that this is happening for a reason. Old victim Kirby would have been like, why is this happening to me? Now, this has taken years and years and years of effort, lots of plant medicine, lots of breath work, lots of temescals, lots of awareness, lots of healing for me to get to this point where I'm like, bring it. I know this is happening for me. This is a massive up level. It's an initiation. I'm excited. Surprise me. God, surprise me. And I'm just like here for it. And it's happening and it's all magically working into place. But I have a level of comfort and security inside me because I've built that faith, that trust, that belief with God. And let me tell you something. This might be the most magical and important thing that I could tell you. Your relationship with God is the relationship with yourself. The deeper you have faith and trust and belief in yourself is the deeper that you have that with the divine. You return back to yourself, you're returning back to one with God, one with source, one with God, with the divine. Because God moves through us as us. God is experiencing life through us as us. God isn't some mythical thing in the sky. It is an infinite intelligence, a spirit in every atom that is in and all around us. In every single molecule of your body is a molecule of source. It's here with you at all times. We put God as this male figure because that's how our 3D minds can conceptualize like a being. But God isn't that. It's an infinite intelligence, a spirit in every atom of our being. Like, and if you could really wrap your head around that and understand that, you see how magical it all is and that you're 100% supported at all times. Okay, my darling, I'm sending you all of my love. If your life is crumbling, then welcome to the club. Let it crumble and open up your heart to receive. Let yourself have it be better than you ever expected. But that means you have to let go of what is crumbling around you. And I'm here with you. It's happening with me. If you're somebody who has no idea who you are, what are your values, what are your beliefs, who are you truly at your core, this pure, authentic version of yourself that you came here to earth as, and you've just been wearing these shells of program around you, then definitely check out my Authentic Blueprint workshop that I have, because that will help you break down and understand exactly who you are. It wasn't until I did that I was able to understand like who am I even without my programming? What is it that I even want that's important to me? How do I want this life to look? I didn't even know what I would have chosen for my life because I wasn't clear on who I even was. I didn't even know who I was. It isn't easy on the spiritual journey to come back and hold the pose in where you're going and what you're doing if you don't know who you are. But when you get radically clear on this true authentic version of yourself, and it might shift slightly as you keep evolving and expanding, but usually the basis of it will stay around the same. When you get clear on that, you have a foundation. I know this is who I am. I will not do this because it does not align with who I am, because I'm clear on who I am. If you don't know who you are, things will be popping up. It's like, oh, do I do this? Do I do this? It can be really confusing because you have nothing to ground you back in. So check out that workshop if that's something that you're interested in. It'll help you get really clear on that. Also, If you're somebody who's looking to be connected with other spiritually minded people who are on the spiritual journey, who are expanding their consciousness, operating in love, healing their shadows, join us inside the One Love family. We have connections and meetings and community and conversations every single day. That's happening every single month. All of this is available in the description below. Until then, I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.